Imagine never needing bulky solar panels on your roof again. Imagine every window in your home, office, or apartment building quietly producing electricity, all while letting in sunlight and giving you a perfect view outside. This isn't science fiction. It's the cutting edge of solar technology, and it's starting to show up in real-world buildings right now. These innovations are called transparent solar windows. Unlike traditional solar panels that use opaque silicon cells, these windows use advanced materials that capture invisible parts of the sunlight, mainly ultraviolet and infrared radiation, while letting visible light pass right through. The result is a window that looks like ordinary glass, but can generate clean electricity whenever the sun is out. How does it work? Researchers have developed several methods. One of the most promising uses luminescent solar concentrators, where special organic dyes or nanocrystals embedded in the glass absorb invisible sunlight. This energy is then funneled to the edges of the window, where thin strips of solar cells convert it to electricity. Another approach uses ultra-thin, nearly transparent photovoltaic films applied directly to the glass. These films capture parts of the solar spectrum the human eye can't see, so the window remains clear while still making energy. This is more than just theory. Over the past few years, transparent solar windows have moved from the lab into real buildings. The US-based company Ubiquitous Energy has installed fully transparent solar windows at its own headquarters in California, at Michigan State University, and in several pilot projects with commercial partners. These windows look, feel, and function like ordinary glass, but each one can generate enough electricity to help power lighting, charge phones, or run ventilation systems in the building. Meanwhile, researchers at MIT have pushed the efficiency of these windows to about 8 to 10%, all while maintaining over 80% transparency, a major leap from just a few years ago. German companies like Heliotech and research teams in the Netherlands and Switzerland are developing transparent solar films for skyscrapers and residential homes. What about performance? Right now, transparent solar windows produce less electricity per square foot than traditional rooftop panels. About 5 to 10% efficiency versus 15 to 20% for standard panels. But because modern buildings have so much window area, the total energy generated can be significant, especially in tall glass skyscrapers. In practical terms, a single solar window can produce around 20 watt-hours per square meter on a sunny day. Over time, a building equipped with these windows could meet a substantial portion of its own energy needs, especially when combined with traditional solar panels or battery storage. Solar windows have another big advantage: design flexibility. You can use them in places where traditional panels just won't work, on the north or east sides of a building, on small structures, or in places with limited roof space. Because they don't block visible light, they keep the building bright and open. Some new versions even come with color tints, making them a stylish addition to modern architecture. And because they harvest the invisible parts of sunlight, they still generate power on cloudy days, during indirect sunlight, or even when the window is not facing directly south. The main challenge right now is cost. Transparent solar windows are still several times more expensive than ordinary glass, and large-scale production is just beginning. But as companies like Ubiquitous Energy, Heliotech, and Clearview scale up their manufacturing, prices are expected to fall quickly over the next 5 to 10 years. Many industry experts predict that by the early 2030s, solar windows will become a standard option for new buildings and major renovations, especially as cities and countries push for more sustainable construction. Imagine the impact on cities. If every skyscraper, office, or apartment building could generate some of its own electricity just by having windows, the pressure on urban power grids would drop and buildings would become much more energy independent. Homes would need fewer rooftop panels, and designers could create cleaner, more efficient buildings with fewer compromises on aesthetics. It's important to be clear: solar windows only produce electricity when there's daylight. They don't generate power at night, but like all solar technologies, the energy produced during the day can be stored in batteries or sent back into the grid. In the future, combining solar windows with storage and smart building management could make many homes and offices nearly energy self-sufficient. This technology is still young, but progress is fast. Researchers are constantly improving efficiency, lowering costs, and extending the lifetime of these windows. Early installations show that solar windows can last at least 10 years without significant performance loss, and new versions are being designed to last much longer. Solar windows represent a quiet revolution. Instead of changing the way buildings look or cluttering rooftops, they bring clean energy into the background. hiding the technology in plain sight. You might not even notice them, but they'll be making a difference every day, lowering bills, reducing emissions, and moving us closer to a sustainable future. Would you want solar windows in your next home or office? Could you see your entire city running partly on power generated by glass? The future of energy might be a lot clearer and a lot closer than you think. Subscribe us for more videos.